guys, so I'm here to talk to you today about this new palette that MAC has put out. I feel like there hasn't been much press about this. There hasn't been much news. I was only able to find 2 videos on YouTube before I placed my order to find out about this palette. I feel like this is something new for MAC. I mean, they put out some already put together palettes, if that makes sense, but they mostly sell individual eyeshadows. And these are pretty much exactly the same as they came out with 2. This is the warm neutral palette. Each one comes with 15 eyeshadows. The other one is cool, so it's cooler tones. I have not purchased that one yet. As of right now, I believe they're only available at some MAC stores and online. So if you go to the MAC Cosmetics website and go to, I think it's makeup, eyes, eye kits, and palettes, you'll find this there. It was $100, so it is a little more pricey, but if you break it down, and see, for me, I don't have an actual MAC store near me anymore. So in order for me to purchase an eyeshadow in person, I would have to go to Nordstrom where they only sell them in a little pot. And I mostly always bought them like that anyway. And I usually like to see them in person, so I never really ordered many from the website. So that's like $15 an eyeshadow. I'm gonna do some math. So if you were to buy these individually at, say, Nordstrom or just at a normal counter and not at an actual MAC store or a MAC Pro store, it would cost you $225 for all of these eyeshadows. So that's how in my mind I was thinking, not to mention the, let's see, I think $8 for the actual palette, which they went down in price. I'm pretty excited about that. They're no longer $16. $8 for the actual palette and then $2 for an insert, which I mean isn't bad, but it's still a really great deal. So there are 4 permanent colors in here and 3 re-promotes. Okay, I believe there are less permanent and less re-promotes in the Cool palette, so you're gonna have a lot more new shades. In here, let's see, let me open it up for you. It comes with this little thing to help keep the eyeshadow safe. And me being the weirdo that I am, left it in there. Okay, this is awkward because I want to do it upside down, but I'm gonna try. We're gonna try this. Let's do this. See, the first one is Hey, and this one is a re-promote. Then we have Warm Breeze, Ginger Snap, Dark Brew, Dance in the Dark, Brulee, which is a permanent one that I know, Vanilla Extract, Honey Lust, which is a permanent, and these are the 2 that I own, the only ones in here that I actually already owned. So therefore this was also a pretty good deal for me because I had all these new ones and there's a couple in here that I actually really wanted to purchase. So it's exciting. And then, so Honey Lust Amber Lights, which is gorgeous. If you are a MAC lover, you should own this for sure. And then Saddle, which I love. Again, me and the warm orangey browns. I love it. Then there's this one down here, Lemon Tart, which is a creamy yellow. It reminds me a lot of Nylon, but more yellow. Butter Fudge, Creative Copper, Unwind, and Divine Decadence. Let's see if I can get... As you can see, that's kind of truer to color when I don't have it up in the light. There's some really pretty warm neutrals in here. I just feel like there hasn't been that much hype about it, and I mean I was really excited about it and I wanted to order both of them right then, but I controlled myself. I decided, let me get one, the warm one, and let me see how I feel about it, and then if I love this one I will snag that other one when I can. I'm gonna try and swatch them really fast just so you can have an idea of how awesome they are. I think that's going to be the best that we can do. MAC makes a lot of limited edition palettes. As far as I know, this is permanent. And some of their limited edition stuff people have said is not up to par with their permanent shadows. This, I believe, is. There aren't any of these that I was disappointed with. I mean, Honey Lust is a little bit difficult to work with, but I already owned that shade, so I was not surprised by it at all. But I think with a little bit of Fix Plus, it's gonna be gorgeous. That's what they look like. $100 for this palette for 15 eyeshadows in the permanent palette. In the Pro palette. The only thing is I don't believe these are removable by any means. So if you were hoping to get this and kind of mix it up, you can't. That's maybe the one downfall of this palette. They're all just kind of in there, but I love most palettes. I mean, the Naked palette you can't take apart, so you know. People are gonna complain about that. That kind of sucks, but it's expensive, but it's a good deal at the same time. And for people who love their MAC shadows, this is awesome. And if you don't have very many MAC shadows, this would be a great starter palette because you have pretty much everything you need in there. There's a couple mattes. And I feel like these two are very important because there's the matte highlight shade and the matte transition shade. Matte transition shade. Why can't I say that? Matte transition shade. I think if a palette has those two for me, then it's a win. And it has a really dark color. It's not quite black, but I mean, it has a really dark color. It has a nice shimmery lid color. It's got everything you need in there, I feel, to create a look, to create multiple looks, of course. But if a palette has those things, I feel like it's a win. It's a success. Why can't I say success? It's a success. By the way, I'm crazy. You see what time it is? In the morning, not in the afternoon. 1 a.m. in the morning. I think that pretty much concludes all of my thoughts. I just thought it was really cool, and I didn't know, I felt like it was weird that I wasn't getting a bunch of YouTube hype. But if you're near a MAC store, I would definitely go check it out in person and check out the cool one, see if you like it. I knew for sure that I liked warm neutrals more than cool neutrals, so that's why I just went ahead and grabbed this one. But after seeing this one and seeing the quality is up to par with permanent MAC eyeshadows, then I want the other one. I do, but of course I do. But I wasn't disappointed at all. I feel like I did get my $100 worth. So I think that's everything, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
I just don't feel the same without my weave. I feel like this isn't really that copper at all. This one's more copper than this one. Actually, this one's more copper than this one. Anyway, it's gorgeous though. So much gorgeousness. Anyway. Yeah, it's my day off. I want to film. I want to make videos. I want to make these videos for you guys. I want to tell you about makeup things. I want to tell you all the things all the time.
I just don't like to think about it, but I spent $100 on a palette. It is the most expensive palette I have ever purchased.